What's up, guys? This is going to be the full card breakdown for Bellator 243, Chandler versus Henderson. It's coming up later tonight. I think it's 10 o'clock start time for the main card. I'm going to break down the fights that are available for betting. If any more pop up before the fights and I put any more bets in, I'll add those at the top of the comments. I'll pin a comment with the newest bets. So first fight of the night, we got Miles Jury and Georgi Karakhanyan. Both of these guys have UFC experience. Miles Jury, he's going to look to fight long in this fight. I think he's going to probably look for a decision. It's possible he gets a finish. Georgie was knocked out pretty early in one of his recent fights. He did pick up a win over Paul Redman. I think it was a choke in his last fight. I remember watching that. And then a quick loss to AJ McKee 8 seconds into the fight. Previous to that, Emmanuel Sanchez decision loss. Now, AJ McKee and Emmanuel Sanchez are two of the best fighters in Bellator, in my opinion, right? They haven't been in the UFC yet, but I do feel that they are UFC material. So this could be a closer fight than people think. A lot of people are really high on Jury, and I do like him to win. I think if he fights smart, he should be able to get the decision, like I said. And, the price, it's a little bit steep. If anything, a parlay option, if you're looking for one on this card, I think Jury, would be one of the ones I'd look at. But still a little bit off. It should be a little bit closer. I'm going to go with Miles Jury by decision. Then we got Curtis Millender and Sabah Homasi. Again, both guys, UFC experience. Curtis Millender, has had some tougher fights on the UFC. He fought guys like Bilal Muhammad coming up this weekend. He'll be fighting on UFC as well. And then he took a loss to Zaleski Dos Santos previous to Bilal Muhammad. So two guys that, no shame in those losses, both inside the UFC. And since then, he picked up a win over Moses Moreta at Bellator 238 not too long ago. So, he's a good striker. He has weaknesses when it comes to the ground game. He can be taken down. But at the same time, his takedown defense looked a lot better in his fight against Bilal Muhammad. I think the game plan by Homasi here is probably going to be to hold him against the cage, maybe grind out a decision, take him down. But Homasi throws some bombs as well. There's a clip on YouTube. It's a fight from about a year ago. If you type in the upload date, and then check it out. I think it was like a 5-second knockout. It just catches him with a bomb and knocks him stiff in 5 seconds. So definitely a threat. But another situation here similar to Miles Jury that, if Curtis Millender uses his length and his striking, he should be able to pick up a decision here and then possibly even a finish. But I like him to win. Again, the line has been beat up pretty bad at this point. No real value there. I think he's probably in a lot of people's parlays, but that's not overly surprising, right? Bellator, a lot of people just want to put down some money for the Friday night fights. And it's similar to Contender Series. I'm probably going to do the same thing. Keep it small, but possibly even pair one of these options up with the UFC card. I'm going to go with Curtis Millender, though, to get it done by decision. Then we got the heavyweights, Matt Mitrione and Timothy Johnson. I'm not really excited for this fight. Timothy Johnson coming off a win in his last fight where he was at 5-1 and put a little bet down on that as well. I picked him to beat Tyrell Fortune. And, just because, again, Fortune is a good fighter, but hasn't really fought the highest level competition. Definitely had his weaknesses, and Johnson knocked him out. So that was a big win for him. Matt Mitrione, on the other hand, I think he's looked a lot worse since he left the UFC. He's on a 3-fight skid, got dominated by Ryan Bader. And then in his last fight, Sergey Karatanov knocked him out. So I'm sure he's going to be hungry for a win here. This could be a lot closer than expected, and I could even see another decision in this fight. This could be a decision-heavy card, but I'll say Matt Mitrione by decision, but yeah, definitely not too excited for this one. Then we got Michael Chandler and Benson Henderson. So the first fight, I did rewatch that one, and it was a good fight. In the first round, though, there's a lot of signs that, Chandler has the speed and the power. I do think he's a bit chinny as well, though. So there is openings for Henderson. And, Henderson's a really tough guy, former UFC champ. So this could be really good. I'm sure both made adjustments from the last fight. Not that Chandler had to make that many. It was pretty dominant. He hit him with a full, pro wrestling style German suplex in that fight. So he definitely has a slight strength advantage, in my opinion, as well. But, again, it could be a really good fight. I think that it should be a little bit closer to a pick'em, but Chandler should be the favorite. I'm going to take Michael Chandler. Again, another decision in this fight, so it should be good. Decent Friday night card. We got a lot of fights this week, right? We had last weekend's card, the Contender Series, Bellator, and then another fight night cards. So within 7 days, 4 cards, can't complain about that. UFC's got a big stretch of fights, so there'll be a lot of videos, a lot of opportunities to bet. If I had to pick a parlay option here, I'm going to go with Miles Jury and Michael Chandler, but I would consider that to be risky. You know, if you want to take one of the options from this card, you know, Kevin Holland is, you know, one of the confident picks. I think his line's probably been blown up. The main event not to go the distance, just some to bump up some odds, right? Those aren't, you know, value parlay options, but they are, you know, really confident picks that could boost up some of these lines that aren't so great. So, you know, if you want to put in some small bets, not mad at that. But again, I'd consider most of these lines pretty accurate or, you know, not really that tempting, but I'll still do a few plays here and there. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.